Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are having a very interesting day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, an interesting day in American politics, and let's see what's taking place now. The NSA has been called out by President Trump. So Trump calls out NSA for deleting data, and that's a good thing. When's the last time you had a president who did that? Of course, President Trump, this doesn't mean that President Trump won't use, maybe in his term, this doesn't mean that President Trump won't utilize the intelligence community in a negative manner eventually. What it means is that he's a sympathetic figure and that he's been spied on since 2015. Electronically, there have been spies planted within his campaign. Stephen Halper, who was a CIA asset in 1980. And the Washington Post immediately is like, well, it's just, this is false. This has nothing to do with the Mueller probe. He didn't provide any evidence. What about the Steele dossier? Well, BuzzFeed's suing the DNC, but that was used to conduct the probe, and there's no evidence of Trump-Russia. But oh my God, Trump deleted this. Fact check. Quick fact check. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wizard of Oz, what happens? They pull the curtain, and suddenly the Wizard of Oz is not really who you think it is. The intelligence community is not fooling anyone. And so we'll get to it. To my super chat people, thank you so much. And you give me all the incentive to continue with these live chats, live streams. Otherwise, I would just upload, and I thank you. Trump calls out NSA for deleting data. Here are the facts. In a Tuesday tweet, this is CBS News. We'll get to the Washington Post in a second. In a tweet Tuesday morning, President Trump criticized the National Security Agency for deleting millions of phone calls and text messages that just happened to be from 2015 until today. Isn't that interesting? What a coinky-dink. What a coinky-dink. And suggested the deletion was related to the witch hunt, which is the way he habitually refers to the special counsel's ongoing investigation into Russian meddling in the presidential election. And how did they meddle? Well, we don't know, but there were Facebook ads, and we have no idea if even one person was influenced by Jesus arm wrestling Satan. We have zero clue, or a Buff Bernie coloring book. We have no clue. All we know is that somehow, some way, it hurt Hillary Clinton. And the Comey letter, her investigation into her servers, the fact she didn't visit Wisconsin, all of those things didn't influence, but it was Russian influence. $46,000 worth of Facebook ads nobody saw, the majority of which were seen after the election to foment Trump hatred. Wow, the NSA has deleted 685 million phone calls and text messages. Privacy violations? They blame technical irregularities. Such a disgrace. The witch hunt continues. It's good to have a president take on these intelligence agencies. Now, hello, Australia. Christ light, thank you. Hello, Australia. It's good to have Trump, even though I keep saying that he's wrestled the intelligence community away. A lot of this is due to funding and CYA covering your behind. The NSA does not want to be caught a year from now with intercepts of Trump communication, with Trump on calls that they've intercepted. So if you'd like, ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and tweet this link out, share this on Facebook. Five minutes in, we got 226 people. And let's continue. Much of the substance of and inferences made by the president's tweets are wrong. Really? The NSA referred inquiries about the tweet to the White House, which did not immediately respond. The NSA has made its own announcement. Really? Is it wrong because the NSA said something differently? Because that doesn't mean Trump is wrong. That means Trump is very likely exposing the NSA. Trump is not the type of guy to. They say that Trump is sensitive or has a fragile ego. The reality is, to an extent he might, but the guy was a billionaire before becoming president. He doesn't really care. Thank you, Eric H526 for everything. Thank you. Hello, Rose. Hello, everyone. He doesn't need to kiss the NSA's behind. And he knows that it's more of their budget. They're not going to get the budget. These agencies, and this is the reason the DOJ and the FBI and the NSA, even though Trump has essentially wrestled control of all of these intelligence agencies and the DOJ from the Obama years and the Democratic Party, a lot of it is also budget. They want their budget. They want their funding. And they know they're not going to get as much funding as possible if, oh, by the way, President Trump is found within calls that they've collected. So the 685 million calls, obviously, well, I mean, at least 100 million of them were Strzok and Page. FBI, I want to sex you up.com. Much of the substance. Okay, so the NSA has made its own announcement 5 days ago. So what? The NSA almost certainly lies, as does the CIA and FBI. So, in its own disclosure on Thursday, the NSA was deleting all call detail records acquired since 2015. Well, that's bizarre. Wouldn't Mueller need these phone records? That's really bizarre. You mean that there was this push by the Russians? This immense push by the Russians? Because Debbie Wasserman said so and the Democrats says so? But they're going to delete all calls? Really? Tammy Dudley, thank you. Thank you for all you do for recuperating. Thank you for all you do for our recuperating America. Please keep the vids coming. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Tammy Dudley. Thank you. Tammy, it's you and everybody here on the live stream, but everybody in the super chat. If you've given the super chat and you've had your voice heard, but also contributed to this channel, you give me every single incentive to keep going. Tammy, thank you so much, Tammy Dudley. Thank you, Tammy. But that's really bizarre. But the Russians, don't you know the Russians? They interfered and meddled. We need some evidence, but I'm just trusting the CIA and NSA, was moderately confident. Surely they had this elaborate scheme where they called a lot of people, didn't they? What about the Russian hacker calls? Are you just going to delete all records from 2015? That's bizarre. But Trump was spied on by GCHQ starting in 2015. You're going to delete now all the records? That's bizarre. Even though you have a Trump pick as the head of the NSA, General Nakasone. Well, number one, it's very likely about funding. They don't want to have any link to them helping John O'Brennan, and Clapper. We can't have any link to Clapper because he kept telling Chuck Todd there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. And Chuck Todd continually annoyed him, asking him for some type of evidence. Yet there was no evidence. And here I have John O'Brennan jealous of me because Sally Yates wants the real D. Well, too bad she's my girl, John O'Brennan. What data is the NSA deleting? Well, let's trust the NSA. Even though Edward Snowden and Julian Assange and WikiLeaks all exposed the NSA, and James Clapper lied under oath. We'll get to that in a second. In its own disclosure, the NSA was deleting all calls recorded, all call detail records, CDRs, acquired since 2015. Call detail records are neither phone calls nor text messages. They only include information about telephone numbers involved in a call or text, including their date and time. Well, that's bizarre. Do you mean the Mueller probe doesn't want information on the Russians? The many Russian hackers who could have been swept up in the hundreds of millions of calls and numbers? That's bizarre. No content spoken or written of any numbers collected, nor is any name, address, financial information, or cell. Oh, that's really nice of them. But James Clapper lied under oath. We'll get to that in a second. According to the public report about the NSA surveillance activities, the agency collected about 534 million call detail records in 2017. For what purpose? And 151 million in 2016, for a total of 685 million. For what purpose? To do what? The NSA has this authority to help it obtain information about the activity of certain cell phone numbers, including which numbers? Trump administration numbers, because we know that their phones were wiretapped, including which other numbers they contact for up to two contacts away from the original number. If, for example, the NSA has reasonable suspicion that the terrorist is using a number 555-555-10000, it can, through a process involving a foreign intelligence surveillance court. Yeah, right. The Steele dossier was used as evidence. That's a FISA. This is different. Okay, so no, it's not. Request data which numbers that number connected with and when. For instance, suppose that original number connected with a caller whose number is 888-888-888-2000. The NSA can then request to see which numbers the 888 caller connected with then. So great. Okay, so to a number under surveillance, they'll go ahead and they'll continue to go ahead and spy on other phone numbers that person has contacted. But why delete all these records now? Doesn't Mueller need them? Doesn't Mueller need all these amazing wouldn't Mueller need them? And how did it get that data? The agency receives information requests directly from telecommunication companies, as required by the USA Freedom Act, which is the law that, well, how many journalists, how many suspected Russian agents, how many millions and millions of phone calls. We're deleting all of them because we haven't found any information from them. Or maybe we did, but we're still deleting them. Interesting. So Trump is probably onto something. All right, this is all dry information about how the NSA just snoops on everyone. Because you know it's all like needed. This keeps us really safe from the Russian hackers. Because you know we can't have the Russian hackers, you know. You know, the Russian hackers. Washington Post. Trump falsely links NSA counterterrorism program to Mueller probe. Really? Is it really falsely as a false link? You know this to be a false link? Papa D. H.A. Papa D. I don't know. Let me just look this up. Hafa Adai. H.A. Road Killraker Bohika and I Yergomanian Special Ops Hafa Adai. Well, Papa D, I appreciate the message. I don't know what it means, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Trump falsely links NSA counterterrorism program to Mueller probe. No offense to the author. Great journalist. Great paper in the Washington Post. Fantastic. In a tweet Tuesday, President Trump falsely connected. Really? How do you know? A recent deletion of information from an intelligence agency database to the special counsel's investigation of whether his presidential campaign conspired with the Russian government to interfere in the 2016 election. No, they didn't conspire with the Russian government. No, he did not work with Russian hackers. So the whole thing is so stupid. I can't believe there are millions of people who believe it. And I can't believe there are millions of people who don't believe it, but pretend they believe it just because they think it hurts Trump. If you really didn't like Trump's policies, you would focus on the policies you do like. Christ light, thank you. Silence do good. Guaranteed they'll have records back up. Yeah. Exactly, silence do good. Christ light. I keep walking around the house doing HA saying Strocky poo. Thank you, Christ light. Thank you. Strocky poo. What? Do you do it with Sessions or? Hi, Strocky poo. How are you? Why don't you come in? Come in. Go in the FBI. See if you can get in. You can't get in, can you? I snatched it. You don't have no, you ain't got no security clearance no more. I gotta get away. By the way, I'm letting the I-1s go. Don't worry about it. It's all part of some wonderful thing we're gonna do. Anyway, starting under President Obama, can't do anything about it. They didn't investigate the server. They didn't do anything. Don't worry. We'll get back to them. We'll get them. Oh, we got the Office of Professional Responsibility. Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Christ light. So, let's say, hi, Strocky Poo. Christ light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Super Chat. Thank you, everybody. We got 275 people. It's slowly. Alex Voro, thank you. Alex Voro, thank you. If the FISA court accepted the piss toilet, if the FISA court accepted the piss toilet paper as evidence for a leading political campaign wiretap, imagine how flimsy the evidence must be to wiretap the rest of us peons. There's probably an app for that. Exactly. Exactly. There is the Alex Voro, 100%. Thank you so much for your, continued support. Christ light, Alex Voro, thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Alex, that brings me to when Rosenstein said, I don't do the redacting. And oh, by the way, 3 judges looked at that fake news garbage document and said it was okay, and an FBI agent swore under oath. Does that mean anything? Is their word, is the judgment of 5 or 6 or 7 judges who were told, oh, by the way, the NSA says this is important. You tell a FISA court judge, the NSA says it's really important, or the CIA and the FBI, John Brennan himself says it's important. This is a dossier. It's a dossier. What is he going to do? So, Alex, you're 100% right. Silence too good. Nice. Shot 70 rounds with Smith & Wesson 22 compact, all 9s. Nice. Wow, it's so much fun. We were grannies with guns. Instructor was FBI SWAT. Nice. Thank you, Silence Dude. Good. Grannies with guns are awesome. Grandpas and grandmas should have guns. Well, I think to protect them. Not advocating anyone. Not advocating, just my viewpoint. What better way to protect yourself than the Second Amendment? But I should say should use firearms for protection. Especially if, they live in, well, anywhere, really. Alex, thank you. Exactly. It doesn't really take much. Silence Duguid, congrats. MD. Thank you, MD. Thank you. Silence Do Good, Alex Voro. Barbecue chicken is awesome. Mark Skog. Thank you, Mark, for your continued support. Brother HA, you're going it hard today. It's appreciated. It's only a matter of time. And we will be doing hashtag MAGA like it's 1999. Exactly. Mark, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mark Skog. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciated. The NSA only deleted records as a routine. It had nothing to do with Trump, Russia, nothing at all, nothing. You want to know how we know? You want to know how we know? Because Washington Post said Trump falsely links. Well, where's the false? How do they know this? Trump's tweet appears to be the latest instance in which the president, frustrated by an investigation that has hung over his administration, that only conspiracy theorists believe. Because James Brennan, it should be, James Clapper, John Brennan, and James Comey, the biggest 3 liars on the planet. Has tried to implicate the intelligence agencies he commands in a conspiracy against him. The president's assertion that the NSA may have committed violations echoes his previous claims of privacy violations against him, which were absolutely confirmed, including the false assertion that Obama administration has wiretapped Trump Tower. It wasn't false at all. There were people who he spoke to who were wiretapped. And Dennis Kucinich also said he was wiretapped. Trump was caught with an incidental communication. We already know there was a spy implanted in his campaign, and they said, oh, it's an informant. These people hide behind semantics, and they think they're winning. They're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone. He was caught in incidental communication. It's obvious. Salome, bonsoir. Merci. Sami Baptiste Smith, thank you so much. Salome, Merci beaucoup. Merci pour ta gentillesse. Mark Skog, thank you so much. Mark, thank you. Alex Voro, you're 100% right. James Clapper already lied. The FBI did use a confidential informant who had worked with intelligence and law enforcement agencies in the past to try to learn information from Trump campaign aides about their suspected interactions with Russians. That, ladies and gentlemen, is illegal. You cannot go ahead and put an FBI informant in a campaign without any evidence of wrongdoing, and they've yet to find any evidence. You can't simply say, well, we suspect, and that's it. They did not even a crime that they're investigating. It was all a plan called the insurance policy that Strzok talked about. It actually says their insane conspiracy theory has already been exposed. Strzok already said it was an insurance policy we spoke about in McCabe's office. Trump is slowly letting them know he'll eventually fire Mueller, or Mueller goes too far and it's game over for Mueller politically. Oh, I love bacon. So if you're not kosher, I used to be kosher, like religious, meaning like a Jewish, so I could only eat certain things, but I just eat what I want to eat now. So the Dodger is Don Drysdale. The ultimate pitchfork will be Trump 2020, in my view, and just making sure Democrats don't take the House and Senate. And I think the ultimate will be also the Trump administration presiding over charges against Hillary Clinton, because she's committed crimes. So it's not like there's no infatuation, just walking criminal. Yay! She got away with it. James Comey lost. Woohoo! She lost. Jacob Javits. It doesn't take long for political karma from July 2016 to November of 2016. It wasn't that long. Whoa, that's crazy. That's freaky. July 3rd, almost the exact same date, 2018, and November 2018. Remember, I'm telling you today. They're like, oh, yeah, the Iwans got off scot-free. Well, just remember, political karma, November 18th. Remember the sweep of Democrats by Republicans. So Salome, thank you so much. Bonsoir. Mark Scott, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Alex Morrow, thank you. But let's continue debunking something that really can't be debunked, because the NSA and the FBI and CIA lie all the time. It's their job. It's their job to lie. It's their job to lie. They used a Steele dossier to lie. They had no intelligence from the United States intelligence community. They used a dossier that was purchased by Hillary Clinton. That's a fact. I'm waiting for the dossier purchased by Trump to indict Clinton. Can we get one? Yoni A. Oh, yeah. 5 words. Young Turks election night meltdown. Yoni A. Thank you. Yoni A. Thank you. I was calling it since 2015. Thank you. And the Hill, the Huffington Post, and Salon. It's disturbing that the president seems to get his information from cable television. Right. And not from his own intelligence experts. Really? Because the intelligence experts said that Clinton's server was hacked. We know because Defense Secretary Robert Gates, that worked under Obama, stated that it's almost certain Hillary Clinton's server was hacked by China, Russia, and Iran. A spokeswoman for Senator Mark Warner. Maybe the spokeswoman should ask Defense Secretary Robert Gates if Clinton's server in her basement. I don't want the bass from the basement to blow out anyone's ears. But Clinton's basement server, spokeswoman for Mark Warner, basement server was hacked by the world. Ask the intelligence experts. So, I'm going to loop that. Last week, the NSA announced with little explanation that it was purging 685 million records showing who has called and texted whom. Who has called and texted whom? Whoma? No, that's 18 classified emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop. The NSA has been modified from an earlier version that allowed the agency to collect phone records of all Americans, so that's good. The president offered no evidence to suggest how the program was connected to Mueller's probe. Well, the president, you know what he did? And the journalist here is a brilliant journalist at the Washington Post. No offense at all. This is just, just reading it. You know what the president did? The president actually purchased a dossier called the Weiner DOS. And from that, without any evidence, found out that the NSA was deleting all the records they had of Russia, the Russia probe, and how they illegally spied on Trump and his campaign. How do we know? Because it's in the Weiner DOS. That's why. Wait, Trump purchased the Weiner DOS? Yeah, just like Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier. Doesn't that okay? No, you can't do that. Only we can do that. Only we can purchase the Steele dossier from the DNC and Hillary Clinton's money and then say that Russia interfered in the election, then have BuzzFeed sue the DNC because there's no evidence of anything. Yeah, only we can do that. You can't do that. Only Carlos Danger, a.k.a. Weiner. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words. Oh, don't you know? Don't you know? We can't, go ahead and Carlos Danger and his dangerous wang-doodle. Eric. Exactly. Weiner Holder 2020. Let us handle things. Exactly. Well, don't you know? It's just, I love when the Washington Post said the president offered no evidence to prove his claim. Meanwhile, at the Mueller probe, which is an investigation devoid of any evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, any evidence. Let's just continue a probe without any evidence at all because the intelligence community said it happened without any evidence because they're confident, but they're not certain because they don't have any evidence. But let's talk about Trump with no evidence. The fact-checking never happened, ever with Clinton. Barely. If you brought it up, you were like excommunicated. You're a horrible person. Exactly. It's all classified. We can't tell you. It's an ongoing investigation. I'll feel your pain. I'll feel your pain. I'm going to feel more than that. Trust me. I'm going to feel your pain and a whole lot more. Just letting you know. I'm going to feel your wang doodle. More recently, the president has claimed without evidence that the Obama administration placed a human spy inside his campaign. There's no evidence of that. The Obama administration placed an informant, not a human spy. Get it right, Trump. This was for your benefit. It was an informant, not a spy. All right, let's go ahead. James Clapper. James Clapper. Let's just go and James Clapper. James Clapper. Perjury. James Clapper, perjury, and why DC made men don't get charged for lying to Congress. In DC, perjury is not simply tolerated, it's rewarded. In a city of made men and women, nothing says loyalty quite as much as lying under oath. Jonathan Turley is brilliant. Former National Security Director James Clapper is about to celebrate one of the most important anniversaries of his life. March 13th will be the fifth anniversary of his commission on open perjury before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Most importantly, it also happens to be when the statute of limitations runs out. So 5 years, closing any possibility of prosecution for Clapper. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? So later, Clapper said that his testimony was the least untruthful statement he could make. Well, that's fantastic. What kind of stupid use of semantics do Democrats and people beholden to them like Clapper? What it's like if you were like a kid just trying to be like just trying to be smart. Well, it's least untruthful. It's not a lie. I'm just being the least untruthful I could be. Let's go with Mr. Clapper's least untruthful statement. Clapper lying under oath. Here you go. Here's his least untruthful statement.
So what I wanted to see is if you could give me a yes or no answer to the question, does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly.
No, sir. No, sir, as he's just trying to, dig a crater into his giant noggin. No, sir, unwittingly lie. Just lie. And we got to trust this guy. And then he also basically says that I think Russians, did something, but we have no evidence. So at least he's being truthful about that.
So what I wanted to see is if you could give me a yes or no answer to the question, does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly. There are cases where they could inadvertently, perhaps, collect, but not wittingly.
Not will. No, sir, was enough of the no, sir, was enough. So no, sir, was enough. You didn't have to go ahead and say anything else. Alex Voro, HA, I have an next book idea. How to hide behind semantics to get away with anything for dummies. Exactly. 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 I mean, their use of semantics is so ridiculous. Not wittingly. Well, of course we do, but, you know, if we do, it's unwittingly. And Christian Saucier is one of the new heroes of this country now. He's going after Hillary. You spend a year away from your family for taking a picture in a sub that did not harm national security at all, just for the point, of, oh, we have to make an example of this sailor. But Hillary gets let go for special access program intelligence. And when it all goes down, remember, you and I were saying it, that she was going to get indicted. Thank you, Alex Voro. Exactly. July 2016. Oh, yay, Hillary is not indicted. Ooh, she got away with it. She got away with it. Yeah. Oh my God, she lost in November 2016. Oh no! Resist! Russia! July 2018. Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! The Awans got off scot-free. Take that. People who are wondering why they had 5,700 unauthorized breaches into a congressional server that no one got to look at or investigate. Yeah. Oh, and November 2018 swept. Get ready for just them to get demolished politically. Jeff Poisson, video recovered from Weiner laptop starring Uma. Well, I find it awesome, but YouTube and all that stuff. So, video recovered from Weiner laptop starring Hillary, Uma, and Anthony. 2-on-1. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue with this.
So what I wanted to see is if you could give me a yes or no answer to the question, does the NSA collect any type of data at all on millions or hundreds of millions of Americans?
No, sir.
It does not.
Not wittingly.
You already lied. You already lied. And we already know. And Garth, thank you. Vive le resistance. Yeah, exactly. And Gar, thank you. And thank you. Thank you, Anne. And that was Kevin Kleinsmith, who is now also being looked at by the Office of Professional Responsibility. That's Kevin Kleinsmith. Thank you, Anne. And Jeff, my goodness, we can only imagine the videos and the photos. Can you imagine having to look at endless photos of Anthony Weiner naked? And then, oh, by the way, like you're sifting through all these nasty photos, and oh, there's U.S. classified intelligence from Hillary Clinton. Oh, that's fine. I'm sure there's only one. Oh, there's another one. That's two, along with all these crazy nude photos. We'll let it slide because it's only two. We'll put the sailor in jail, away from his wife and child. Well, you know, we got to make sure that classified intelligence is protected. Oh, so naked photo, Weiner. Another one. Classified intelligence. Another one. Another classified email from Clinton's on Weiner's laptop. It's only 3. Oh, no. 7, 8. Oh, gosh. Maybe if it just ends at, you know. How many classified emails? Oh, let's see. 18 classified emails. 18 classified emails, Weiner laptop. Judicial Watch, at least 18 classified emails found on Weiner's laptop. At least. It is never going to end. Never, ever, ever. None of this is ever going to end. And in terms of political karma, July 2016, November 2016, July 2018, November 2018. Who's going to go and show up to the polls throughout the country for Democrats? The same people who showed up when they lost to Republicans in the prior midterm elections. Not enough people. And Democrats need more than they had. They need to get 22 or 24 votes in addition to what they have. Democrats need to ensure that they get enough votes to keep people in office and also ensure that they knock off Republicans. Yes, silence do good. Yeah, remember the shredding? Now it's deleting. Exactly. Although the interesting thing with the deleting is that with shredding, physical, you just destroy it. With deleting, it's never truly really deleted. That's the, you know, that's the thing. John O'Brien. Oh, yeah, wiping with a cloth. Exactly. 18 classified emails on Anthony Weiner's lap. Oh, no, another Weiner. Oh, he was disgusting. Oh, there's one. Oh, 10, 18 classified emails. 10 classified emails. Okay, I'm sure that she's ending with 10. 15? More, really? Right next to the one with him and the whatever. Oh, no, 18? It's never ending. The insanity is never ending. The insanity is never ending. Exactly. Alex Vorel, thank you. Officer, the sharp-edged device appears to be inside my wife's top section, unwittingly ending her life. She's not within the bounds of life. The evidence would surely indicate that this is the case. Wow. Yeah. Exactly. Alex Vorel, exactly. Or it could be Or it could be, we've investigated thoroughly the murder investigation. We've investigated thoroughly, and we found no evidence of wrongdoing. Well, did you look at the murder weapon? No. Did you look at any of the fingerprints? No. What about the body? No. What about the motive? No. Well, what did you do? We investigated. Exactly, Alex. You're 100% right. Trout fishing at Hood Park. Yes. Why is Sessions always on the phone? Well, that's true. But John O'Brien gets to chime in from clouds like Darth Vader. Exactly. You know, because the way I think of it is like Brennan is out of he has nobody to call, but Sessions is calling Donnie. Hi, Donnie, how are you? But nobody wants to talk to him. That's true, though. Much appreciate your channel, HA. Hashtag but stormy. Hashtag but the sky is blue. Hashtag exactly. Thank you so much. Trout fishing at Hood Park. Thank you, Trout fishing at Hood Park, and Alex Voro for your continued support of this channel. John O'Brien, hello. I don't use phone calls, but I'm calling now. Yes. I want to speak to Sessions. I heard he was talking poopy about me. Tell him I was the county champion at the Marquess of Queensberry Rules boxing. Yes. I will, with my jab and my right hook, give him such a shellacking. Joseph Arbuckle, Joey, Markey, Dee, John O'Brien, John O'Brien, Ramon. Thank you, Joseph Arbuckle. Thank you. The best thing about Clapper is that he is so pompous, yet clueless about how insignificant he is in terms of American history. Brennan will not be remembered, but Trump will. Oh, yes, Trump will. Trout fishing at Hood Park, thank you. We are approaching 1 hour. Let's see what else is new in this fantastic day. Don't be so happy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. That's not good. Ecuador judge orders arrest of ex-president Rafael Correa. What? Why? Oh, my goodness. Let's go ahead really quickly and see. Lexdad 1193HA. Are any of these people ever going to jail? Jail, I'm not sure, but they'll be charged eventually. I don't want to sneeze. All right. It appears they can do anything they want without repercussions. Work on your Gowdy. But see, the thing is, Gowdy has he doesn't have a strong Southern accent. He has that almost a faint. So, but you're right. Lexstat 1193. There will be justice one way or another. So Clinton received political karma on November 8th. So there's political karma. We can all, you get the political karma. Happy birthday, by the way, Julian Assange. That's right. 47 today. God bless him. Happy birthday. I said happy birthday on Twitter. Julian Assange is a hero to millions. And I wrote, let me see where I wrote on Twitter. Where did I write that on Twitter? Okay, so where's this? Happy birthday, Julian Assange. Millions love you. You are a force of goodness and light within patches of darkness and evil in our world. Millions love WikiLeaks. Everyone knows you publish the truth, especially those who can't handle the truth. We long for your freedom soon. God bless. And so that was, yeah, 393 likes, 203 retweets. I just retweeted it now. But, you know, there are millions and millions of people who love Julian Assange. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead really quickly. Oh, this is a great. All right, let's see if there are any other new developments. This week should be interesting. We have July 4th. Very happy July 4th to everybody. Have a safe and wonderful July 4th. I'll go ahead and do some live streams this evening. And of course, tomorrow I'll see you as well for July 4th. But let's go ahead really quickly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at, so basically the NSA definitely, certainly, almost, yes, definitely did not delete anything that would be incriminating to its organization about any possible collection of phone records that, oh, by the way, that had anything to do with spying on Trump. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Cheryl Atkinson, the Alwan's attorney always said there was nothing nefarious. Some law enforcement on the case differed and said it was one of the worst computer violations cases they'd seen, involving 40+ Democratic offices. The FBI agreed with the Alwans. Luke Rosiak, DOJ agrees not to prosecute Alwans for House cybersecurity and theft, but questions remain. So that's a great article by Luke Rosiak. He deserves a Pulitzer for this. Obviously, they're covering their behinds. At the end of the day, like I said, he who laughs last laughs best. Certain people take that phrase and twist it to in a maniacal sense. What I'm saying is he who laughs last from a legal, political, peaceful, and from a karma perspective. A peaceful karma perspective. He who laughs last laughs best from a peaceful, legal, and in this case, political perspective. So November is going to be absolutely fantastic. You think you could put us through all of this, Democratic Party, and then win in November? Democrats need not the current level of support that got them to what? Not 180 Democrats. They need 200. Republicans have 220, so they need 22, 23 up. They need a big turnout. There's a hashtag walk away now. They are not Democrats. There's enough people who hate Trump who are loyal Democrats for them to win. You need people who are independent. You need people who are passionate about certain policies. And there's people are not going to show up in massive numbers for Democrats, just like they didn't in 2016. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere to my live stream people. Thank you. My super chat people, thank you so much. Thank you for everything. I will see you later this evening. And just remember, the NSA has absolutely nothing to do with deleting anything pertaining to Russia, the Russia probe. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe. Thank you, super chat people. Thank you, everyone watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.